SpaceX has completed its 52nd Falcon 9 launch in 52 weeks, maintaining a weekly cadence of one launch for the entire year. At the same time, the Starlink V1.5 rideshare mission set a new record for Falcon 9 booster reuse, marked SpaceX's 150th consecutively successful launch, and was one of the most complex commercial launches the company has ever performed. Welcome to First Class Tech, and in this video, we'll take a look at SpaceX launching 52nd Falcon 9 rocket in 52 weeks and further plans. Curious to know? Let's find out. In addition to the 34 new Starlink version 1.5 satellites that join nearly 3,000 other operational SpaceX spacecraft in orbit, Starlink 42 launched AST SpaceMobile's 1.5-ton BlueWalker 3 communication satellite, the company's largest rideshare payload to date. At 9:20 p.m. EDT on Saturday, September 10th, Falcon 9 launched on time with a combined 12-ton payload safely secured inside its composite payload fairing. Falcon 9 booster B1058, a 9-engine first stage that debuted by launching 2 NASA astronauts in May 2020, was tasked with lifting the rocket's expendable upper stage, recoverable fairing, and payload most of the way out of Earth's atmosphere. B1058 launched with Starlink 42 and BlueWalker 3 on its 14th spaceflight and orbital class launch 28 months later, breaking Falcon 9's booster reuse record. The rocket performed exactly as it had before, burning for slightly less than 3 minutes before deploying the upper stage and returning to Earth. B1058 safely landed on a drone ship, a short fall of gravitas, about 9 minutes after liftoff, putting the booster on track to break its own record before the end of 2022. With 13 launches already under their belts, boosters B1051 and B1060 are expected to pass the same 14-flight milestone as B1058 in the near future. When the Falcon 9's expendable upper stage separated from the booster, it launched SpaceX's most complex commercial launch ever. The first and longest burn, which lasted about 6 minutes, placed the second stage and payload in an elliptical orbit a few hundred kilometers above Earth's surface. A second burn occurred about 45 minutes after liftoff, racing the low end of the ellipse to place BlueWalker 3 in a 500-kilometer circular orbit. AST SpaceMobile's first large satellite prototype will eventually attempt to directly communicate with mobile phones from space, providing a level of connectivity equivalent to 5G or LTE. The focus shifted to Starlink once it was free of its rideshare payload. In theory, SpaceX could have taken the easy route and significantly simplified the mission by simultaneously deploying all 34 satellites at the same altitude as BlueWalker 3, allowing them to reach their operational 540-kilometer orbits in days rather than months. Instead, SpaceX pursued an exceptionally complex mission that required 5 burns from the upper stage of the Falcon 9. After deploying BlueWalker 3, Falcon 9 S2 lowered one end of its orbit at around T+67 minutes, followed by a 4th burn almost 2 hours later to lower the other end. The upper stage then spun up end over end, eventually releasing all 34 Starlink satellites at an altitude of 335 kilometers, where debris and faulty satellites will burn up in days rather than years. By the way, if you're watching us for the first time, make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you can enjoy our future videos while getting updated. Getting back to the topic. BlueWalker 3 will most likely have the largest commercial communications antenna ever deployed in space when it unfolds, with an area of nearly 700 square feet. While SpaceX has not confirmed post-payload operations, the Falcon 9 S2 was also scheduled to perform a 5th and final burn to quickly deorbit itself, ensuring that the mission produced no more than 5 pieces of benign debris. Those 5 pieces, 4 tensioning rods, and the BlueWalker 3 payload adapter will pose no threat to other spacecraft or rockets in their very low orbits and should re-enter within a few weeks. Starlink 42 was SpaceX's 52nd successful Falcon 9 launch since September 14th, 2021, indicating that the company has technically already met CEO Elon Musk's goal of 52 launches in a calendar year. Even more impressive, this was SpaceX's 150th consecutive successful Falcon launch. No other single rocket or rocket family has successfully launched more than once in a row. Finally, Starlink 42 was the 52nd launch of 2022 for SpaceX. If the company maintains its current cadence, it could end 2022 having completed more than 60 Falcon launches in a single calendar year. SpaceX has big plans for launches in the coming months and years, especially with the company's 2023 flight goals. It plans to launch 100 rockets by 2023, completing missions from the beginning of the year to the end. SpaceX will become one of the most frequent space travelers as a result of this venture, with the company already making history with its operations and performance. Elon Musk stated that SpaceX launches a spacecraft every 5 days for its Starlink venture, and that this only demonstrates how much its spacecraft can carry massive loads and demonstrates significant capabilities for its space flights. SpaceX's launch frequency is unlike any other, with the company demonstrating mastery of its spacecraft and a significant percentage of its success at a high. It only goes to show that the company's Falcon 9 is a seasoned veteran of the game, capable of carrying out multiple missions in quick succession. According to sources, NASA has reached an agreement with SpaceX to purchase 5 more astronaut transportation missions to and from the International Space Station. This establishes Musk's company as a leading provider of prime services to NASA. The new contract is worth $1.4 billion and covers missions from Crew 10 to Crew 14. The total value of the contract for all 14 transportation missions under the Commercial Crew Transportation Capability Program is $4.9 billion. The funds cover SpaceX's Crew Dragon capsule, which can transport up to 4 astronauts, the Falcon 9 rocket for launch, and all return and recovery operations. The Commercial Crew program includes the CCT CAP program, which is a series of public-private partnerships aimed at developing domestic launch capabilities. NASA initially awarded a $3.6 billion contract to SpaceX in 2014, and then awarded a $4.2 billion contract to Boeing for 6 flights using their Starliner capsule. The first crewed Starliner flight is scheduled for nearly 2023, according to Boeing and NASA. NASA's goal is to transport astronauts using Crew Dragon and Starliner. Prior to CCT CAP, NASA used the Russian Soyuz capsule to transport astronauts. According to a 2019 report, the space agency spent an average of $79.7 million per seat after 2017. According to NASA, the additional flights were all required due to technical and scheduling issues with Boeing. They also discussed the importance of having redundant transportation capabilities for astronauts to ensure that the ISS is always crewed until the station's life ends in 2030. In February, NASA also extended SpaceX's CCT CAP contract. The Crew Dragon capsule is intended to transport a crew of 4 astronauts to low Earth orbit destinations such as the International Space Station. SpaceX has been developing the capsule for several years. The capsule is reusable and is propelled by 8 Raptor engines. It is significantly larger than the Dragon cargo capsule. It also has a unique heat shield system and can withstand the highest abort load. This is approximately 3 to 4 times more than any other capsule. SpaceX essentially designs, manufactures, and launches rockets and spacecraft. They are the only private company to have successfully returned a spacecraft from low Earth orbit. The majority of their launch vehicles have been realigned. It appears that space has become a business. The number of private companies looking to enter space, either for profit or for scientific purposes, is only going to grow. According to a tweet, Musk and SpaceX are planning to complete a massive number of flights this year, with even more planned for the future. Nonetheless, Musk confirms here that SpaceX plans 100 flights next year, with its 2023 goals involving more launches than any other company. Elon Musk's SpaceX is a company that performs significant missions, with the tech CEO focusing heavily on its reusable spacecraft for multiple uses. One of its most significant ventures now is its collaboration with T-Mobile to improve global connections using Starlink systems. SpaceX remains one of the world's most prominent space venture companies. Elon Musk cannot deny that he built SpaceX into what it is today, especially as one of the proprietary pioneers of reusable space vehicles that the public can use multiple times. Now, the company has new goals for its 2023 ventures, including one that will change history in the future. And with that being said, it's time to end our video. What are your thoughts about the future of SpaceX? Let us know in the comments. Like this video and make sure to subscribe to the channel for more amazing videos like this. We'll see you